It's conference tournament weekend. Welcome into a basketball edition of Titan Table Talk. I'm Matt Sosler. Men's and women's hoops try to punch the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. We begin on the women's side with head coach Maya Smith, assistant coach Brian Ehresman. Thanks for taking the time.
Happy to be here. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Coming off of a bye, things look a little different this year compared to last year. We'll dive into that later on in the interview. What does the past week look like? Getting healthy, getting ready for Carthage tomorrow night.
Yep, so we're not quite healthy, as we mentioned with you earlier. A little bit of illness and some injuries that are really setting us back a little bit. We've been really careful in practice. Practice minutes have been way down, and some of those that are injured, we are really keeping them off the floor. So our plan moving forward is to be as healthy as we possibly can be come 5 o'clock on Friday, and then try to maintain healthy minutes versus too long of minutes on the floor. A little bit concerned about not being able to run and jump quite as much as what we would like to, but it is what it is. So we're going to make the best of it. We've got people ready to step up, and I think we'll be ready to go.
Yeah, I think injury and illness are things that affect every team at some point. Obviously not ideal timing, but we have a great roster. We have talented players, and we have a lot of trust in them. So we'll be ready to go tomorrow and excited. But this week has been good to have that bye, and I know they all got together and watched the games on Tuesday. Coaches were able to do some recruiting. We all three were at different places. So it's been a good week, to kind of just like balance some of that daily practice grind and get ready for the weekend.
I think too, Matt, that, we are fortunate that we're still playing, because there's a lot of schools out there that are now done, and that just is unimaginable for me. So happy to still be playing.
It's different this year. Got to get on a bus tomorrow, head up to Waukesha to head to Carroll for the semifinals. How does that look different routine-wise after hosting the conference tournament the last few years?
It's definitely a different routine. We've been talking about it all week, about how to manage it. And again, not looking ahead, but just simply being prepared for what we know. If we win, what we have to do. That game on Saturday is late at 7, so we're hanging around, crammed into a hotel lobby and a few rooms, trying to do our best there, making sure we get them some healthy alternatives for their pregame meal and things like that. But certainly we're working. We have a schedule. We're prepared, and we'll just put it into play once we get to that point.
Well, it goes without saying it's a different routine. We're on the road. But again, we're in a good spot. We earned the right to have another conference championship regular season title. But, you got to do what you got to do on the road, and whatever the tiebreakers are. Carroll's had to come here the last couple years, and everyone's had to come here. We've played them in the title game the last couple years in our gym. So we're going to be doing that routine, hopefully, this weekend for us.
Last year, winning the conference tournament in the Shirk Center, an iconic moment, but heading into this weekend, I kind of look back to 2 years ago where Carroll cut down the nets. I know it's a long process. Got to win Friday, still be there on Saturday. But how much is that image from 2 years ago where I saw pretty much your whole team, including your now junior and senior class, sitting on that bench watching those nets go down, weigh into going into their place and try and return the favor?
I'm going to let Brian take the lead on this, and then I'll share my opinion.
Yeah, so winning it at home is special to be around your family and friends, but winning it on the road means a little bit more, I think, within the team. In fact, the best game I've been a part of since I worked here was my first year in the tournament at Milliken. We beat them in Decatur in the championship, and that still is one of, I think it is my top game that I've been a part of here. So the opportunity to do that is huge. I think you just dig deep. You rely on each other. You don't have as many fans there for yourself. And then also MPI-wise, that's changed in the last 5 years how they do that. A road win actually means more than a home win. So that impact is also greater. So that's, you can look at that as an opportunity as well.
I like the fact that Brian threw in the MPI stuff there. Again, new this year for all of us. But, being on the road and possibly winning a conference championship is still, it's not quite as good as doing it at home, that's for sure. But it's still a great accomplishment, and it'll be celebrated to the max. I tend not to look back on the times when we haven't been successful in our own gym, simply because I think it's a special place. Shirk is very unique, and our fans are the best fans in D3 anywhere. So we would love to be home doing it, but we're going to be on the road doing our best to get it done.
Begins with Carthage tomorrow night, a team that you saw just a couple of weeks ago, as is the case with pretty much every team in the conference tournament. Third time through the cycle, as I like to call it. What are some differences preparing to face a team for the third time in a year?
Well, again, our injury and our illness are affecting some of that for sure. But just getting ready for them a third time, I feel like we know them even better. They're a team that we just talked about yesterday. 50% of their shots are now coming from the three-point line, so they've made some changes too. We talked about that in our last game when we played them. The way they get back in is to shoot threes, make threes, and sure enough, in the fourth quarter, they did that. So we have to be able to guard the perimeter, be able to guard 1v1 in the post, and not let cord go off, for double-digit scoring, double-digit rebounding. But our girls know what's ahead of them, and they're very well prepared. Coach Kate has a scout, and she's got a really keen eye for the little things, and I like our game plan moving forward.
Yeah, Carthage, they're playing really well. And I think in the last half of the season, at least since we played at Carthage, they've only lost to us twice and then at Carroll by 3. So they've been playing at a high level. They have 3 seniors that are probably their top 3 players. And at this time, they know they're playing for their basketball career. So that's a dangerous team. They're a talented team. I think they have some athleticism. Obviously, like Coach talked about, they have some shooting. So going to be tough for us on the defensive end to make sure we're all in the right spots. Making things tough on them.
Matt Sosler alongside head women's basketball coach Maya Smith and assistant coach Brian Ehresman. Coaches, before I let you go, your keys to the weekend and bringing a conference championship back to Bloomington.
I think our keys are being able to defend the way we've been able to defend all year long. I think we can hold teams below their average. That's always a goal for us, part of our preparation. And then just being relaxed and being able to play true to who we are. We're the best team, I think, around when it comes to transition defense, transition offense, and that's where we need to be.
Yeah, I think being disciplined is a big thing. I think we have some really talented players. We've mentioned that, but playing within our system and putting ourselves in the right spot. And if a team goes on a run, we're able to withstand that and make a run of our own. So obviously making them frustrated on the offensive end, like forcing turnovers, creating easier opportunities, that's going to be huge in our ability to gap teams and get the win.
The Titans head up to Waukesha for a 5 o'clock tip. I'll have the call on the CCIW network that you can sync up with the video feed from Carroll. We're not done with women's basketball talk. Seniors Ava Bardic and Sara Balli join me and you when we come back on Titan Table Talk.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience? An education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Titan women's basketball is headed up to Carroll for the CCIW semifinals tomorrow. I'm Matt Sosler, joined by seniors Ava Bardic and Sara Balli. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having us.
What has the last week been like preparing for this game, going out of a solid win over Augustana last Saturday?
So we kind of actually just started prep yesterday for Carthage. Didn't know who we were going to play, obviously, till Tuesday. So obviously we know them pretty well. We've already played them twice. So just really focusing on their offense. They're a very, passing cut team. So just always jumping to the pass, like Kate Pullman says, and being prepared for whatever they throw at us. But as I said before, we know them pretty well. Third time playing them. So I think we're pretty confident. I think we're just have to go in there and play our basketball and get a win.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that at the beginning of this week, we had practice on Monday, kind of focused more on ourselves. Obviously, as Sara mentioned, we didn't know who we were playing yet. And then we actually took Tuesday off. We had the team over for a little dinner and then watched the play-in games. And then found out we were playing Carthage. And then yesterday had a day to kind of focus on them. And as Sara mentioned, they move a lot without the ball. So focusing in on our defense and then honing in also on our offense, making sure we're all on the same page and knowing what we're doing each and every possession.
CCW tournament, when you get a bye, presents the rare opportunity to do a watch party, if you would. How different of a scout is that compared to watching game film from a few days back, knowing that you have everybody there, you can bounce ideas off one another, and just trying to take those notes?
Ava wasn't at our watch party, unfortunately, but I was there, and it was kind of interesting just to obviously see it, firsthand, not really watching it back on film. Seeing everything like live, seeing how obviously the Elmhurst and Carthage game, I don't know if you guys saw that at all, but it was a really good game, seeing it live and just seeing Elmhurst, fight back with them and seeing how Carthage was able to handle that pressure. But definitely different watching it live, and obviously we were all there, so we were all talking about it, which was super fun too. So,
as seniors with a younger roster, you two have been through the CCIW tournament multiple times. We'll get through the home road differences in just a minute, but what's some advice that you're sharing to this younger group as they make their maiden voyage into the postseason?
I would say know the importance of it. Obviously, we have, 5 losses, I think. We need to do well this weekend. It's very important for the NCAA run that we want to make. So just knowing the importance and knowing that we're also playing at a tough place to play. It's obviously not home court advantage when we go over to Carroll. So just having your head on straight, knowing the fans are going to be against you, and being confident in your play and the team's play.
Yeah, I mean, obviously echoing what Ava said, but also kind of just don't take advantage of, being in the conference tournament in general. I've been in the conference tournament ever since I've been here my freshman year, but obviously hosting my sophomore and junior year was super fun, and obviously everybody wants to host, but just being in the tournament too, that environment, the competitiveness, just don't take advantage of it. Don't take it for granted, obviously. Something that a lot of people do say, but just play in the moment, play basketball, enjoy it, and have fun. And obviously, what Ava said, I forgot what you said, but echoing what Ava said again is super important as well. So
You both have been in road postseason games 2 years ago at Wartburg, but Sara, you and a select few have been the only ones that have played a road CCIW semifinal. What are some differences between going on the road and being at home for the conference tournament?
Yeah, obviously playing at home is awesome. I love the Shirk Center. I love playing in our gym. Our fan base is awesome and the community itself. But at the end of the day, our basketball is going to be the same basketball we play on any court. So if we're playing, freshman year we played at Milliken, and then we also played at Wheaton. This year we're playing at Carroll. So just playing our basketball in general, it's just a different court. Obviously we don't have home court advantage, but just have to play our game, play IU basketball as coach says, and be confident in ourselves that we'll come out with a win. So
last year you won the CCIW title at home. That was important. It was a fantastic win. But 2 years ago, you saw Carroll cut down the nets at the Shirk Center. A lot of work to do this weekend. Got to win Friday to play Saturday. But does that moment stick out in each of your minds, knowing that you have a chance for you two being seniors, end with that last bit of revenge?
I think it definitely sticks out to us. Watching them kind of lay on the court and lay in the confetti on our own court 2 years ago definitely was a memory that stuck with all of us. I know it was in our minds last year as well. I would love to do the same to them. I think that's fair and that's competitiveness. But, we're looking forward to this weekend. We're going to give it pretty much everything we got because there is a chance that, there's always a chance now that the season could be over within, a moment. So just giving it everything we have and having that fire under our butts.
Yeah, honestly, just everything Ava said. Sophomore year, seeing them celebrate on our court was quite honestly the worst feeling ever. That's why last year was even more important, just, to win on our home court and have them see us, celebrate like that. But us winning on their court, honestly, I think I would take that over us winning on our court because I just want them to see what we saw. But, obviously going in with that competitiveness, and we're all super confident, so, yeah.
Before Saturday even is a thought in anybody's mind, you got to be sure that take care of business tomorrow against Carthage. A quick turnaround. What are your initial thoughts heading into the semifinal tomorrow?
I would probably say we've said the whole season, go game by game, don't think ahead, and I think that that's one of the biggest things. Carthage is a really good opponent, and they hung with us the last time we played them, and we can't look past them and look straight to Carroll because if we don't win this game, we're not getting to Carroll. So just take it game by game, focus in on what the scout is and what the coaches are giving to us, because, as I mentioned, if we don't win this game, we don't get a next one. So.
Yeah, our coaches say this a lot, but a lot of the teams that we're playing now and in the past week and a half are teams that are most likely playing their last basketball game ever. So they're obviously going to bring their best basketball. Obviously, they don't want their season to end, so they're really going to, come out in full force, play really well. So we just have to expect a good game out of them, expect they're fighting for their season, because they are. So definitely don't look down on them. I mean, you can't really look down on any team in the CCIW. They will obviously always bring us their best game. So just be prepared for really anything they're going to throw at us. But, yeah.
The Titans head up to Waukesha for a 5 o'clock tip against Carthage. I'll have the audio call at 5 o'clock. You can sync that up with the video call from Carroll, and then the Titan men will tip off at 7:30 from the Shirk Center in their semifinal against North Park. Speaking of the Titan men, guard Connor Williams and forward Brady Kuehl join me and you when we come back on Titan Table Talk.
They say every challenge holds an opportunity. At Illinois Wesleyan, you've got the power to seize it. Here you'll find the tools, mentors, and real-world experiences to take on any challenge and become the person you're meant to be. The best college in Illinois for landing a job? You're looking at it. Tap or click now to start your free application and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Welcome back to Titan Table Talk, this basketball exclusive edition. I'm Matt Sosler. The women head up to Waukesha for their CCIW tournament. The men are staying right here at the Shirk Center. I'm joined by Brady Kuehl and Connor Williams of the Titan men's squad. Guys, thanks so much for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Last week of conference play, 2 big wins trying to hang on to that regular season title, which you ultimately claimed, a win at North Park, and then heading into a very tough gym at Augustana, coming away with a double-digit win there. What has the last week in conference play looked like, especially trying to lock up those hosting rights?
Yeah, it's looked a little different for us these past couple of games. Losing Noah definitely hurts us, but we've kind of had to find a different way to play, find a way to win. I think we came into practice the past week with a different kind of mindset. We were really locked in, especially for that North Park game. That was our first time without Noah. And I think we got it done, and we're going to keep riding that into this tournament.
Yeah, I think that North Park game, we came out great. We had a great week of practice. Everyone was locked in. Everybody had to step up, with losing Noah, and I think we did a great job. So hopefully we can continue to do that moving forward.
You mentioned Noah being out those last 2 games. Both of you have taken on expanded roles over the course of the season compared to seasons past. What does that look like for each of you stepping in, Connor, with your outside shooting and command of the point, Brady, your presence down low, trying to fill those gaps left by so many over the past few years?
Yeah, I'd say I play very differently than Noah, so it's kind of I'm realizing that I'm not going to play like Noah. I'm not going to be Noah, so it's going to be a little different. Kind of been going back and forth between the 4 and the 5 all year. So kind of stepping more into that 5 now is taking a little bit. Throughout my career, that's kind of something I've been doing here. Not really gotten on the floor the past couple of years, but I've still just been learning behind some great players like Harrison Williamson, Marco Anderson. So kind of trying to take little pieces of all their games and then play how I'm going to play to try to get us some wins.
Yeah, I was on White Squad all last year, and then leading up to this year, about the middle of the season, maybe a little even more. I think just competing with those guys that were in the rotation, and then finally, getting a chance to play, practice really helped me. Just being dogged by Josh, Jax, D-Will, those guys really pushed me, and then now it's cool to see it kind of play out in the games and get my chance.
This team has been throughout many different phases during the year. You look at the non-conference before CCIW, then certain things happen. You got to change the team dynamic heading into conference play. Then it keeps evolving. You got to change who you are, the chemistry, the system, how you score the basketball, how you play defense. how have you guys evolved through that to just be a bunch of basketball players and to keep putting wins on the board despite the circumstances?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is how much we really like each other as a team. We're really close. We went to Spain and Portugal over the summer. We got super close there. We've had all these road trips, so kind of continuing to build on that. Obviously, things have come. There's been wrenches thrown at us, and we've had to kind of adapt. So throughout that, and then I think Coach Wheat said it really well. We're just trying to be the best, playing our best basketball by the time we get to March. So the teams that peak in December, they kind of fall off when it comes to March, but we want to be playing, keep getting better as we're going into March, and I think we're kind of getting there now.
Yeah, I think our team chemistry and camaraderie is just great. Everybody just wants to be around each other and just make each other better. And I think that'll really help us going into this postseason.
As a result of a successful regular season, CSIW regular season crown, you get to host the conference tournament. Brady, you were on the roster 2 years ago when it was at the Shirk Counter. This is your first time experiencing a conference tournament at the Shirk Center. What does it mean to stay at home this weekend?
Yeah, there's nothing like playing at Shirk. Shirk is the best environment in Division III. We've played in a bunch of places. I would really say that. So if we can play as many games as possible at Shirk, I think that's great for us.
Yeah, you don't want to be anywhere else. I mean, I think our fans are going to be great, so it'll be super fun playing here at Shirk.
What is Shirk like as a venue, especially in the postseason, even late regular season when there's a lot on the line?
Yeah, whenever there's you look out and it's packed, it gets really exciting. You can kind of feel it on the floor. I think we had some games like that this year. I know that Elmhurst game was big. Some of our senior nights in the past years, and then also the tournament. I think everyone starts to kind of build around us. I think we have a great community, so it's really awesome to play.
Yeah, our fans are great. We always got fans at our game, whether it's a normal Wednesday night or a big game on Saturday, so that'll be great for us.
Connor Williams and Brady Kuehl, the Titan men's basketball team, ahead of their conference tournament here at the Shirk Center, where they open against North Park. Seems like you just saw them a week ago, literally and figuratively. What's the plan of attack facing off against the team for the second time in as many weeks and trying to figure it out in the postseason?
Yeah, I think in that game there was a lot that went right. There's also some that went wrong. So kind of picking those little things that we did wrong and trying to get better at those, and then also building on what we did well. It was our first game without Noah, so it was a little weird at first, but kind of we did a lot of great things. So if we can continue to do that in this game and then tighten some things up, especially towards the end of that game, I think that'll be good for us.
Yeah, it'll be the same game plan. We didn't play great, but yeah, there's things we need to fix, and we'll go into practice. We had a great practice yesterday. Go into practice today and tighten up on those things, and then hopefully we'll get a dub.
Both of you have ample postseason experience. What are some differences in postseason basketball compared to the regular season?
I think we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but we, as Illinois Wesleyan, I think we get everyone's best shot throughout the season. Everyone gets up to play us, I feel like, especially coming into Shirk Center, the environment that we have. So I think we have that kind of experience of the big games. We've played in the big games, so it's kind of just another game for us. We'll play the same way as we've always played.
I think all those teams in the CCIW, just no matter what, if we could find a way to win. We've had some close games, and I think that really helped us a lot, and it will help us moving forward in this postseason run.
The CCIW is one of the most balanced conferences in college basketball. Potentially 3 teams will continue beyond this weekend. What's it like playing in such a stacked conference throughout the year?
Yeah, every game this year has been big. It's going into every game, it's going to be a dogfight, so that's pretty exciting. Every game's super physical, which is different than other games that we play, maybe non-conference, but I think it's been really fun this year, just everyone being so good.
Same thing. I mean, you said it great. A lot of great players in our league, and then we'll see a ton of great players in the NCAA tournament,
What are both of you looking forward to this weekend?
Some wins. Yeah, cutting down some nets. No one's ever cut down the nets at Shirk, so we're excited to do that.
Yeah, I'm excited to just play at Shirk. I think it'll be a lot of fun and super exciting. Have a ton of fans there.
Tomorrow night, the CCIW semifinals. The Titans take the floor at 7:30 against North Park following the 2-3 game between Elmhurst and Carthage. If you can't make it to the Shirk Center, Eric Stock and Joel Swanson will have the call on the CCIW network. Matt Sosler alongside Brady Kuehl and Connor Williams of Titan men's basketball. Guys, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Head coach Ron Rose and assistant coach Andy Etheridge join us when we come back as we wrap up this basketball edition of Titan Table Talk.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And. Here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
We wrap up this basketball edition of Titan Table Talk. We just heard from Connor Williams and Brady Kuehl on the men's basketball team. We continue our men's basketball talk ahead of them hosting the conference tournament with head coach Ron Rose, assistant coach Andy Etheridge. Coach, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you. Thanks. Always fun being here.
Last week of conference play, taking down North Park and Augie, both on the road. How has the last week of the regular season, especially in a different look, different system, propelled you into the conference tournament?
Well, we're facing some uncertainty with Noah Cleveland's injury. You go down to the final week where it could have gone a lot of different ways, from winning the championship to getting third place. So the final week, the last 2 games were very important to us. You want to finish the regular season on a strong note, heading into the conference tournament and postseason play. And I think we're all very happy with the way things turned out, certainly, but also our guys' approach, attitude, effort. I mean, there was really, I got to say that this group is really locked in and determined to finish on a strong note.
Yeah, I think as coaches, we were really encouraged how they prepped. Practice was really good, especially knowing things were going to look a little bit different for us. And so scout squad was incredible. Our green squad was completely locked in. So you could tell going into those 2 games that practice set us up for some success, and felt good going into them.
What goes through your mind as coaches with your conference newcomer of the year, conference player of the year being a coin flip for the last week of the year?
Well, the uncertainty makes it a little different situation, and not knowing exactly how long Noah is going to be out. We run our program that, the expectation is every single guy on the team is prepared. And our guys are exceptional. They all work hard. They all prepare. They're all ready to go. And so from a coaching standpoint, certainly you never want to lose a player to injury. And then Noah has been such a big part of our team. It certainly isn't ideal, but at the same time, as coaches, knowing how hard our guys work, knowing how our guys prepare, it gives you confidence that regardless of the 5 individuals that are on the floor, they're prepared to be successful, and it was really rewarding to see that happen.
It's been fun seeing Coach Noah and Coach Josh come out a little bit also, right? They both had different voices, and once things kind of get settled and they're still active in the way they can and coaching guys up, and so it's been fun hearing their voices just kind of in a different way, in different light. When during practice, even during games, hearing them kind of give ideas and talk through stuff with the guys, and it's just different perspective sitting on the bench a little bit more. So it's been fun seeing them kind of embrace that.
It has been great to watch how they've stayed engaged.
Completely.
And, you really got everybody pulling in the same direction. Mm-hmm. And I think that's been a big part of this team's success.
What does it tell you about your roster, losing 2 guys who are up for national recognition and really not losing a step over the stretch of the season?
Well, look, I don't want to minimize their contributions as young men, players. To Coach's point, I've been really proud of those guys in terms of they're into it, when they've been injured. But going back to, the expectation is if you're part of the Titan basketball program, you work hard, you're prepared, and when your number's called, you're ready to go. And I'm very proud that the guys that have stepped into the roles that were vacated by the injuries were ready to go.
Well, it's a testament to the work they've done all year too, right? Like every guy, we've got a group that works so hard in the off season, and you've been able to see some of that reward come just at a later time, right? And so, but this has really been building up because of how they prepared in the off season, preseason stuff, how they practiced before this role was opened up for them. So they were always locked in, always engaged, which is really a testament to them also for really a long stretch of time.
Well, it's a great lesson, I think, in making sure that you are prepared. So when your number's called, you're ready. And it's been great to see those guys that whose number have been called step into those roles and play with such confidence, and the confidence that teammates have in each other. So that's really been big.
And as a result, for not dropping a game over the last few weeks of the season, all on the road, you lock up the CCIW regular season championship. You don't have to get on a bus tomorrow. What does it mean to host the conference tournament at the Shirk Center?
Well, what a crazy conference schedule that our last three were on the road. But certainly the goal that we always have, the first and most important goal, is to compete for that CCIW championship. And to lock up the CCIW championship is a terrific accomplishment for this group, for any group. And, kind of the reward for doing that is getting to host the conference tournament. And there's no place like the Shirk Center. It's been an amazing home court advantage for us for 30-some years. And so our guys love playing there. They love playing in front of our incredible supporters. And really looking forward to a great weekend of competitive Division III basketball.
Yeah, it allows guys to stay in some routines that they've had throughout the year. So we're excited. I think the community is going to show out. Our Titan fans are going to show out. So it'll be a really fun weekend.
How much more rewarding is it knowing that this CCIW was very uncertain at times and there could be 3 teams that play beyond this weekend into the national tournament, knowing that you wound up on top and you get the reward of staying at home for the conference tournament? Well,
CCIW men's basketball for 50 years has been crazy competitive. It is one of the top 3 competitive conferences in the country, and this year is no exception. And you go into every conference season knowing it's going to be a dogfight. I think one of the things that separates the CCIW from most conferences is the depth of talent. When you go from the team that wins it to the team near the bottom, every single game is competitive, and you see that throughout the entire course of the conference season. I mean, every Wednesday, Saturday, as coaches, as fans of the CCIW, you're looking at the games and you don't know who's going to come out on top. Mm-hmm. It's that competitive. And so to grind through the regular season and end up on top is really a testament to preparation and consistency.
Well, I don't know the exact numbers, but the amount of away wins for teams in the league was pretty low. And so it's a huge testament to our guys, but it is hard to play on the road in the CCIW. And you found that out all across the league all year. So to be able to win some games like that is just pretty special for our guys.
You go from a marathon in the regular season, 16 games over 3-4 months, and now everything's a sprint. Back to back, back to back, back to back. First test is against 2 teams you'll be facing off against each other potentially for the 3rd time. How does that change your mindset as a coach, knowing you go from that marathon to survive in advance trying to play on Saturday?
Well, we've always tried to get tournaments, especially in the non-conference, early. So the Jack Sikma tournament invite, rather. We went up to Albion, played in a tournament to give us this experience of playing Friday, Saturday. So this group's done it. We've played in a couple different tournaments to experience this. I think the mindset always has to be you got to focus on the game on Friday. because there's no game on Saturday if you don't. And so our whole focus is trying to prepare for a very good North Park team. The advantage for all four schools playing in the tournament is we are so aware of each other. We've played each other twice. We know personnel, we know style of play, and they know ours. And so then it really comes down to execution, attention to detail, and playing good basketball at this time of the year.
And what a luxury we have. I mentioned it earlier. Our scout squad's been incredible all year. So for them to kind of go back and we were doing some stuff yesterday, it's like, all right, we've done this before. We've ran some of their stuff before. So for them to pick it up so well throughout the year and then to just kind of be a refresher as we go back to it, as we prep this week, it makes it really easy for us as coaches to prep and get that group ready to go.
I'd like to give a shout out to our scout squad. It's been exceptional this year. Guys that are totally committed to the process, totally committed to the success of the team. They don't get a lot of notoriety, but they deserve it. I mean, they come in early at times. They stay after practice. They come before practice so that they can know the opponent's offense and then execute it during practice. And this group is a group of smart, hardworking, disciplined, unselfish guys that incredibly proud of and appreciative of.
Tying everything together, you talk about the scout squad coming in before putting in that hard work. Talked earlier about the next man up mentality. There have been multiple examples on your team this year of guys who are on that scout squad in November that might be making critical shots in March.
Well, Connor Williams, who was on earlier, is a prime example that Connor played the entire first semester on our VR program. Our VR schedule was the point guard on the scout team just up till maybe a month ago.
Yep.
And it's a testament to his hard work, to his preparation, but all of theirs. And that's the kind of that example of you got to be ready when your number's called, and he has been.
How different is it knowing that you played North Park just last week? It seems that you're doing deja vu, the same prep a week apart, however this time with higher stakes on the line.
Yeah, it seems like we've done this a lot the last few years.
Yeah, 3 or 4 years.
It makes the scouting report easier because we just played them. And it goes back to they just played us. I mean, so it's a game where you can really draw from the previous game because of what was successful, what did we do well, what didn't we do well, what do we need to improve on. And so we have a immense respect for North Park. I mean, that was really a physical, tough game at their place a week ago, and understand it's going to be very similar on Friday night.
Matt Sosler alongside Titan head men's basketball coach Ron Rose, assistant coach Andy Etheridge. Before I let each of you guys go, what's a word of wisdom for your roster this weekend heading into CCIW?
Oh, goodness.
Take care of the ball. Yeah. Take care of the ball and rebound. How about that? Now, here's what I really say. The postseason is a reward from the regular season. These are opportunities to play in the conference tournament. It is such a cool experience, a cool environment. I really want our guys to appreciate it, enjoy the moment. It's a unique opportunity not everybody gets, so there needs to be an appreciation of that. And I know from our guys' excitement and practice, they feel that way.
Yeah, and I think it goes back to just continuing to be us and what's made us successful throughout the year, which is continuing to learn and get better and grow and don't settle. But at the same time, it still comes down to just being us and doing what we've done to allow us to be successful throughout the year. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a great group of kids that they're pretty excited for it.
The Titan men tip off against North Park at the Shirk Center tomorrow night, 7:30 start following the Carthage versus Elmhurst game, also at the Shirk Center. That'll start at 5 o'clock. Matt Sosler alongside head coach Ron Rose, assistant coach Andy Etheridge. Once again, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
With that, that wraps up this basketball edition of Titan Table Talk. The Titan women take the court tomorrow night, 5 o'clock. I will have the call on the CCIW network that you can sync up with the video provided by Carroll. And then as soon as I'm through, the Titan men take the floor at the Shirk Center. You can tune in to Eric Stock and Joel Swanson with the call of that one. It should be an exciting weekend of Titan hoops as they try to punch their automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. I'm Matt Sosler. Thank you for tuning in, and go Titans.